how's everyone doing? Just doing another get ready with me video, doing some just talking in front of the camera basically. I have been trying to redo my first video and it was really annoying. I kept on, so I don't have a computer right now, so I'm trying to use any editing apps, and that was not doing well. Like, I finally got a hang of using an app. I'm like, cool, I like have like a method and I'm uploading thing, and I was like so uploading everything, and then I was so excited on getting it done, and then I went to upload it and I was like, cool, my first video, this is great. And someone told me that from 8 to 14 in the video, it like completely, like, I was frozen in time. That was so maddening because I spent hours, like, it was such a buzzkill. It was maddening. I spent hours doing that. I pulled myself out of my little depression, did something productive, and then it fucks up. So unfortunately, I've been dealing with that with all of the video editing apps. I don't know what, I don't think it's, that squeaking noise is my husky. He's really bored. I don't want to take that from him. So if you hear squeak, that's because I love my dog more than I care about your annoyance. I actually want him to come in the frame. Lumos, come here. Come here, bud. Come here. Say hi. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Can you look at the cameras? Come over here. Come here. Ah! Okay. He wants his ball. Alright, anyway, so I was editing the video. Where was I? I lose train of thought fairly easily. I need to get him a different toy. Okay. I give in. Can I? Thanks, babe. Oh, he's mad. He's mad. He's mad. He's like, what the fuck? Why did you take it from me? I'm sorry, I tried to do something. I can't focus. Well, oh, now he went back to daddy asking for it. Okay, anyway, so I was having an issue with uploading, and then I decided to download all these different video editors, which didn't work. I'm just gonna talk while I get ready. Let's see. And so I downloaded all these editors, right? And none of them were working at all. They all had like some sort of glitch going on, which was really irritating. So anytime I try to upload it or do video, like add different clips to it together or anything to do with that, it kept on fucking up, like on all the videos. And maybe I don't know how to fix it. I think I'm just gonna try to like update my phone, delete the apps, try it over again. But I really hope that with this video I can get it out and do a little bit of editing. I'm probably gonna do less, so this might be kind of long. If you want to speed through it, that's fine, but I want to do less cutting just so I can get these videos out. And I still haven't fixed the last video just because I haven't gotten like the motivation to go back on like an old video and like re-upload it and spend hours doing that. It's kind of tedious, so I'm gonna have to one of these days get some coffee in me and just like plow through it, which I will do soon. Oh, that's white. All right, I'm not mad. So I actually tried something different because I want paler foundation, and oh, that's super pale. Okay, well, maybe I'll fix it. I'm using concealer with my foundation just to make it like more on the pale side. Okay, don't scream. I'm definitely not gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna add some powder to it or something.
Holy shit.
What have I done?
Casper, is that you?
I may look like a ghost, but I'm not friendly.
What?
Cheesy. Hashtag cheesy lines. Alright, put this in there. You're hungry? You're mentioning this in my video? That you're hungry? My husband's such a baby. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I like making food for him.
Did you say I was a baby?
No.
I smell the lies and deceit. I see through the lies of the Jedi.
You know, you can be in this video if you got on your clothes.
If I what?
If you got on your clothes and come visited.
I am wearing clothes.
You're not wearing clothes. You
I'm
call a robe
quarantined.
clothes?
I'm wearing a robe. It's clothes.
So you may have noticed my hair is different, right? And I know that any of my family members seeing this are probably going to be really upset. I know my sister's not going to really care, but my mom is definitely going to be mad. And honestly, I did a poll asking people how they would, like, I'd be like, oh, this look good, you know? And at first it just turned out to be like I'm curious how many people would hate me and stop following my Instagram if I did this thing. And then when I didn't really pay attention to the polls, like I was like, ah, that's great. And then people are like, oh, it's gonna be awesome, like, do it. And once I started thinking about it, like, I'm like, you know what, this is actually something that, like, a hairdo that I would always wanted to do, but have never, like, I've always felt like I'm too attached to my hair to do anything like that. Like, I think, like, oh, I can't do anything like that, I'll look ugly, or I won't look good, or, you know, I can't pull it off. And it's funny because I'm a very I express myself very, like, through my clothes, fashion, things like that. Like, that's just who I am. It's part of my creativity, what makes me happy. I've always been like that. And I realized as I started to grow up, probably in my early 20s, like, I started to lose touch of that. And I don't know if it's just because, I think honestly it was because I was afraid of backlash from other people. And then, and it's not something I ever really thought about it too in depth, right? And so the other day, I get sidetracked when I talk. You're gonna have to be a little patient with me. And when I was looking through my Pinterest, right, I'm looking at all these, like, clothes and stuff, and I'm, like, trying to get out of bed, drinking coffee, and I'm like, oh, that looks cute. I want to do, like, a look like that. And I think to myself, I'm like, why don't I? Like what's really stopping me? And then it's the fear of losing confidence in myself, because I think that people won't like the way it'll look on me, right? First off, I have a couple things to say to that. I shouldn't be worrying about what other people... Okay, I should project myself the way I want to, whether it's putting on crazy clothes, because that really shouldn't matter. I'm an adult. This is the advice I would give to somebody else. You do what the fuck you want. It shouldn't matter. This is something that's so funny that I'm having a problem with, when mentally I'm already way past that. That when I think about this is, like, something I've never done because of these small children insecurities, I'm like, oh, hi, Lumos. I'm like, why am I just putting this barrier up for myself? Why can't I do something like that? And then I realized that if I put myself out there the way I want to, do things that make me happy, wear clothes, express myself the way I want, get haircuts the way I want, mind you, it's not gonna mess with my day job, which it won't. It's fine. I can put my hair down and it'll cover it up. But it, I should put myself out there the way I feel comfortable with, that resonates with who I am, and not be afraid of losing friends or people talking behind my back, because the people that I really care about and want to stick with me are the people that are gonna look past that and not give a shit what I look like. Or I'm just gonna collect more friends and more people around me. They're like, hey, I really like you, because you're putting yourself out there to the fullest extent of you. And those are the people I want in my life. I want like actual friends. I want people that, because I've had this before in the past, and I did something like eccentric with like my outfit, my doing something like wearing what fake fangs, doing my makeup more, wearing platforms, like more eccentric clothing. Like, I know that people make fun of cyber goth a lot, but anything like, if I like anything cyber gothy, or I do my makeup differently, like just anything like that mainstream people wouldn't really like that much. Like, I've noticed people stop following me or stop talking to me, and like they're like, oh, I don't really like that, it's not really like, and then I'm like, this is funny, me actually being comfortable and doing things I want to do without any consequence, because I'm feeling comfortable with myself. They're like leaving me. I'm like, I don't want, okay, let me just purge all these people that are gonna judge me for doing stupid shit, like doing my makeup, or wearing the clothes I want, or cutting my hair different, or shaving it. Let me just not worry about any of that. And I realized that I wouldn't usually be worried about it to begin with. Because you know what, if someone asked me like, hey, should I do this, should I do that, should I do this with my face, should I do that, I'm worried I'm not gonna look pretty, worried I'm not gonna do this or look like this, and my response would be exactly, I realize that I don't follow my own advice in life sometimes. So I'm like, this would be my advice to other people. Just be true to yourself, I guess. That is so cliche. And if I was watching a video like this on YouTube and people were talking about self-acceptance and being true to themselves and whatnot, I'd be like, I mean, I agree with you, but it's a little cringy, but I agree with you. But honestly, I have no, like, if you're gonna not want to watch this just because I'm talking about self-acceptance, and I'm sorry if you want to watch a really cool goth makeup tutorial, then, you know, sorry that you sit through the rant, but then you can, you know, watch something else politely. I don't care. I'm not gonna take offense to any of that. Alright, I think I got my foundation done, and I'm kind of peely, so with my skin right now, I use moisturizer. Basically with I lost touch of my skin routine there for a minute, and my skin got really fucked up, and so now whenever I'm like watch or do anything, it's like super peely and difficult to work with. So I'm just gonna ignore that. Not gonna really, you can't really see that much on camera or anything like that, so I'm not gonna really stress about it. Okay. I don't really have any ideas for makeup look today, honestly. I think I'm just gonna go with the flow. And then, so once I decided that, I was like, cool, I want to do this, and I kept on like asking Vlad. I'm like, do you think this is gonna look cool? Do you think this is gonna look okay on me? Like, will you care? Will you still love me? Which is obviously stupid. I'm like, will it look good? And his response was purely practical. It was like, you're probably not gonna like it because the upkeep, you know, but ultimately his response is like, you look beautiful no matter what. Just do it if you want to do it, and I'll help you. And so once I got the nerve up, I'm like, this isn't just a stunt for me being in quarantine. This is just me being in quarantine has been letting me soak into myself and really think about things, because when I'm going to work and doing my 9 to 5, coming home, just fucking eating, watching Netflix, going back to bed, not doing anything productive or creative or expressing myself or focusing on the creative things I want to do. Fuck, I forgot the first part of what I was saying. Basically, quarantine, because I have to stay home right now. I've been thinking about what I want to do to better myself and do creative things I want to do, right? And I finally got the nerve to like go into the bathroom and section off my hair. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna section off. I'm just not gonna think about it. I sectioned my oh damn, I probably should have contoured. Oh well. I finally sectioned my hair off, right? And then I pulled Vlad in there to be like, okay, are you gonna help me cut it? And he's like, okay. And I sectioned off, like right here. And I'm like, I have the scissors right here. And all of a sudden I just hear behind me just, okay, that's my full-grown husband. That's older than me by 4 years, just screaming his head off. This is my story, thanks. Oh. And I finally was just looking at him, and I was just like, I was surprised. I just was like, just do it. And this would have been like not something I would ever have the courage to do, because I would be worried too much about my vanity, which I fucking shouldn't. Like, that's so shallow, right? Who gives a fuck if I look stupid? Like, I'm gonna think it's a cool haircut and be happy with myself, right? So anyway, I'm sitting there cutting it like this, and then he's like,
okay, that's more accurate.
Like, he's just sitting there screaming like, nah! And like, I'm like, okay, stop! Like, stop freaking out! You're making me freak out! And we're both like sitting in the bathroom. Like, I told him to videotape it, but we didn't really want to videotape it. I was sitting there like cutting it, and we're both just like, like cutting it super fast. And then by the time I took it off, I realized I didn't even have anxiety. I wasn't shaking, which would be something that's like I would very much expect that would be a thing. And I'm sitting there, and we're like screaming, and I took it away, and I looked at it, and I was just like, I realized I was kind of like, oh, that's a shocking thing. I just fucking cut off half of my like all this side of my hair, and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh shit, well now I can't go back. And I was surprisingly calm, and it looked weird at first, and I was like, okay, just go and start shaving it. While he was shaving it, I was just like, oh my god, that looks so cool, it looks so cool, this is great, oh my god, like, I'm finally, like, doing things that are, like me, you know, like, I'm like, oh, this is great, I look so cool, ah, and, like, I was like, oh, my forehead doesn't look so weird and square, like, because it's round and you can see the shape, ah, like, for those of you who know me, I have my hair parted like this 24/7 because I did not like the way my hair recedes right here. It makes a boxy look to my face, and I hate it. I've always hated it. My hair, since I've gotten older, I think is slightly receded, just slightly back, just like I'm sure everybody's does. And I'm like lose a little bit of hair right here. Like if this used to be more prominent, which I'm probably gonna actually touch up right now with makeup. And so I fixed that, and I was like, oh, that looks so cool. Like it doesn't look like so weird like I thought it was gonna look. Oh fuck, I forgot to grab my makeup palettes. What is wrong with me? Do you
want me to grab them?
They're in my suitcase. I'll get it real quick. One sec. It's okay.
My, what big palettes you have.
So I sat there and I shaved it, and I was like, great, my head looks like so like I didn't think I thought I was gonna look really bad, like actually, like I was like, oh fuck, it's gonna look awful. And I did it, and I didn't. And I was so fucking happy with myself. I'm like, I've always wanted a haircut like this, like, since I was younger, and I was always too afraid about, like, oh, people would like me less, or like blah blah. And this is like not really something I like came to terms, like I said, like think about. And I realized that these are all very like human things that people go through all the time, unless you're just naturally gifted with being super comfortable and not giving a shit. But I think in the first half of my early 20s, I was always very like conscious. Like I always liked really eccentric styles, and I tried to and I like to venture in that. Like honestly, when I was most self-expressive was when I was a teenager. Like I had this like crazy like kawaii phase. Not phase, but like it was more like a I don't like phases. I don't like that word phase. Like I was currently very obsessed with like Harajuku clothing, like rainbow, like anything like J-rock, J-fashion. Like I was fucking obsessed with like I just didn't give a shit if like people would think my hair looked boyish, like I cut it and dyed it however I want. I wasn't like too worried about it at all. And like I remember being so happy and so like creatively free. I was like, oh, this is like great. I'm not like worried about my vanity. Like I had to like do all this shit and like not like feel like too worried about it. And I realized that like I lost touch of that in my early 20s because I think I was kind of lost, of course, like sure everyone is at some point in their life. And I was always afraid of being like really judged by friends or being made fun of, or like, oh, I look too extreme, I don't want people to be staring at me or making comments or something. I just didn't want to deal with that. And I think as I'm in my late 20s now, I'm like 28, so now I've gained these calluses of like, I really don't care anymore. Why am I not doing these things? This is so dumb, so childish. This is so something that, I can't believe I don't follow my own advice earlier. I realized that I was getting, mind you, I wasn't just not doing things because I didn't want to. I think I was just like more involved in my like low-key, like my low-key style, like things that I still really liked. I was just like toned down a lot. I still had like that dark moodiness about me, but I think that I just embraced that more. I didn't just wear things I didn't like. Like I wore things I liked. I just more low key. And as I gained more in my early, I actually started off that sentence wrong. As I grew up a little bit more, I started to not care and being like, I've always really wanted to do and express myself in this way, so why the fuck not? And that is the long story on why my head is half shaved. Just a little bit of insight. This quarantine, if it wasn't for, I really like how I can sit back and be like, I need to get some shit done. Mind you, it took me like I probably slept a total of a full week from being so fucking lazy and just like going through this like massive depression of like waking up. Like I can't go outside. I can't enjoy the fucking spring, which is horrible because I love the fucking sun. I love being out in the flowers in the spring and the smell of like the sun on my skin. It's just fucking amazing. And I get like really bad like depression with like seasonal depression basically. So one sec. How to get my brush. So finally it's spring and I can't go outside, so it kind of made me sink deeper into depression because I have seasonal depression, which is like, I don't really want this to be a video where I'm just talking about like how depressed I am. But I get in this, like, I'm not always depressed. I'm a very like happy, bubbly person. I just like, I've always had this issue with being depressed, feeling super, like, I can't even get up to do anything productive. And sometimes I succumb to letting myself do that too often, to where I never get anything done. And I have to pull myself up. I'm like, you know what, you need to fucking do something. You need to do something productive. Or just anything just to get out of the rut. And it took a long time of me sleeping for like a week for me to be like, okay, you're gonna do something drastic. Get a new haircut, you're gonna do a video, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna walk your dog because he's whining and crying all day. You're gonna hang out with your husband and have fun time and good conversation. And, you know what? I already know ahead of time the amount of likes and ums I do say, so I do apologize. Very hard habit to break when you're from California. So. Ta-da! One eye down. If you hear any nasally noises, that is because they are playing right next to me. A little bit too close for my liking. Okay. I am not very precise. cute. So I don't want this to be a video where I am talking about how, like, I'm super depressed, because that's not the case. I just have had a problem with it. I'm human. It's good to talk about these things and pull yourself up and get over it and pull through. I've just always had that issue where that was very hard for me to. I've also have a thing where, like, if I'm into something, I'll like be super into something, be obsessed with it, and I'll move on to what I'll next be obsessed with. And I'll be like super into it for a while. And and sometimes because I'm not consistent with like one thing that I do, I get really like depressed. I'm like, oh no, like I don't know, like what am I supposed to like be like this, like modeling, like I'm not always like on top of like booking things and doing things. I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to like, should I just be stylish? Should I just model all the time? Like, and modeling has been something I've been doing since I was like 18. It's like the earliest memory of a hobby, the main hobby I've stuck with for like years. And I just do it out of like repetition. And I have kind of really taken a liking to YouTube, because it's like, if I decide one day that I want to do food videos or nature videos, I kind of can, and that can just be something that I'm doing in my video for that day. Which I really like the idea that I can be. Here, I'm gonna not talk away from the camera. My coffee's kind of wearing off, low energy now. So YouTube is something that I can kind of like, oh, I want to do this today and I want to do that, and I'm gonna vlog about it, and if nobody watches my videos, that's great, but this is something kind of therapeutic for me. Alright, so, oh my goodness, the struggle is real. Alright, thanks for hanging out, guys. Hopefully I'll be on and finishing some more videos. Hopefully this editing process goes by way better than the last one, because that was really frustrating. Let's hope the apps don't glitch on me. Without further ado, I'm gonna end the video for tonight and walk my dog, because he is very, very upset. He's been crying all day. The whole video he's been really interruptive because he wants a walk, and I don't blame him. I can do for a walk. So, final look. Anyway, final look. Oh, wait, you know what? Some more. Get some more black makeup in there. Dog's sitting on my makeup palette. The strug life. All right. Do. Let me know what you guys think of this look. This is just off the top of my head. I didn't plan this video. I just basically wanted to talk off the top of my head. Let me know what you guys think. All right, everyone, have a nice night. Be safe. Wash your hands. Have a good one.